This is going to be part 4 of Federalist 23. I'm sorry, part 5. And these are some other resources. We've talked about these before. C-SPAN is your best resource right now. cspan.org. I've talked about it before. You can find thousands of video lectures by different scholars. A lot of these are not available on YouTube or other places. So make sure you take advantage of these and look at the lectures of the professors I had, written their names for you. loc.gov, libraryofcongress.gov. Their videos, they've got them closed captioned so you can learn a lot. teachingamericanhistory.org is a good resource. Definitely check it out. And the National Constitution Center has done a lot of good work, and you can find a lot of videos, a lot of learning material. They've got an app you can use and look at different views of scholars on different issues. So these are definitely great resources. Again, on C-SPAN and loc.gov, these two are not just for history and government. They are for civilizational aspects of America, because you can find different things on religion, culture, literature, and so many other things. Okay, I will read the last paragraph of Federalist number 23. I trust, however, that the impracticability of one general system cannot be shown. I'm greatly mistaken if anything of weight has been advanced of this tendency, and I flatter myself that the observations which have been made in the course of these papers have served to place the reverse of that position in as clear a light as any matter still in the womb of time and experience is susceptible of. So he's aware that this will be a new experiment for America. But in America, he says, we Americans have not been scared of new experiments. We've been, as he started with, for example, John Jay and Hamilton, Federalist number 1 and 2, they talked about this unique opportunity that's been given to American people. Vast land, plenty of water, plenty of everything, plenty of resources. And they have learned, they've established governments after the revolution. And they've learned how a Republican form of government works. So he says, we, based on our experience, are now starting this new experiment. And don't listen to the people who say, no, we can't. That we can't establish a republic, a federal government, based on a Republican form of government. Then he'll continue, this at all events must be evident that the very difficulty itself, drawn from the extent of the country, is the strongest argument in favor of an energetic government. Since our land mass is going to be vast, then we definitely need an energetic government, a good federal government, not like the one we have right now, which, as we know, is very poor and defective. For any other can certainly never preserve the union of so large an empire. If we embrace the tenets of those who oppose the adoption of the proposed Constitution as the standard of our political creed, we cannot fail to verify the gloomy doctrines which predict the impracticability of a national system pervading the entire limits of the present Confederacy. So he's saying these anti-federalists are, as one scholar has said, men of little faith. They don't have faith in us. And they're not imaginative enough. we want to try this new experiment, and in the process provide the framework for you to prosper and live in peace, rather than become 3 or 4 confederacies and be constantly distrustful of your neighbors and at war, and be a prey, a bait for European powers to use and continuously destabilize your system and use your resources and keep you weak. So keep that in mind, and make sure that you use these resources, because, as I have said before, the first thing you have to do is you have to read along with me. If you're listening for the first time without reading along, especially since English is going to be your second language, it's going to be hard for you to understand these. And then to really, really get a good understanding of it, and make it really where you can absorb it, you have to watch a lot of the lectures that, like a lot of the lectures of the scholars that I mentioned. Also, don't forget to start with that PBS mini-series called Liberty. I've mentioned it a few times. It's a 6-part series. Kind of gives you a better view of the states, the maps of the states, because I definitely cannot do it here. I can read you the text and I can give you some pointers and try to make it clear, but it's much better to have a background understanding of what's going on.